Hemp Gringo, number 8. And I'm going to start off right away with corrections of the last faux pas that I committed. The, the name of the party is MRP, and I called it something else, macaroni and cheese or something. I don't know what I said, but it was definitely not accurate. So, Modern Revolutionary Party in the Dominican Republic is what I'm referring to. And and I made some other fact check blunders, but I'll correct them as I go along here as we work the bugs out. So, anyways, all in all, um, we're getting a lot of feedback, a lot of fun, and we don't really care. That if we're not hemp is not the most favorite thing to follow when you can follow like other stuff, but the people that are in the industry and the people that like CBD and they want to find out how they can get some and how the applications and apply, and also what we're doing in terms of we're kind of recruiting. Um, as I've mentioned before, people often say, "What are you going to do when there's more competition?" Well, competition opens up gateways for us, and we for them because they're not. We blazed the first trail, so to speak. We've been harassed. We've been with the police. We've been with the armies. We've been with everybody. And at first it was harrowing, but now the thing that I'm most concerned about is do they have a payphone so we can order pizzas? And you want to talk about making great connections? Get arrested in the DR or PR or Antigua or Colombia, and first they sound scary. Jails are prisons are scary. Jails are nothing. Jails are temporary accommodations. And actually, you can save on money if you're going to be in for 5 days. You can cancel your hotel room. So I'm just kidding. Nobody wants to go to jail or prison. But what we're doing now is this is really funny because on the field, one of our fields, we have offices that are a little tired. We're made out of containers, tractor trailer containers and container ship containers, and they were sliced up and made into office space, and they were pretty clever. And actually, Starbucks was making building offices out of old containers, so they have a recyclable life in this capacity. But anyways, they get hot and they're small. You get a little claustrophobic. So what we're doing now on the fields is, well, to the side of the fields, we'll clean it up, make it nice, landscape it a little bit, and then we're going to um, put these tents. And it's really funny. I've been researching it, and they're glamping tents. They're luxury tents, and they're like, I don't know, they're like 400 to 800 square feet, depending on what you want to spend. And what's really funny is you can finance these tents over like 4 years for like $20, $25 a month. So, um, we're looking into doing like 10 because people we got to put uh investors come down and people come down and want to see the farm and go golfing and go surfing and stuff. So when we have people in the town, we got to put them in Ponce, which is a 40-minute ride away. It's 20 miles as the crow flies, but it's 40 minutes when you get caught up in traffic and so forth, unless you go at 4 a.m. But so it's really kind of fun. We get they have kitchens in them, and they have they have bathrooms inside these tents, and the globe tents. And there's I think it's called Luna, and Luna has this deal where they'll split with you. I already asked them to do this because this would be kind of fun. And you set up a community, and if it's near a city, it's 3 hours from a city, and you have 2 acres, they'll split the costs with you to get the community set up. And that's kind of cool. I mean, we're building a golf course. My friends and I are building a golf course in the Dominican Republic, and you want to talk about a perfect place to set up. Eventually, of course, people will build homes, but we could lease out sites and then sell the sites. One of my partners is a big real estate hotshot, and he could, might be an entree, something different, something to do. We like to stay busy as we're getting on here, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go down to our farm and get started on that. And that's job one. Job two is I'm getting a dog. I've gone too long without a dog, and everybody must have a dog. I personally like two because you always feel bad when you're leaving one dog home. But if you leave two, it's not so bad. It's quite the or you double the picking up after, that's for sure, and you double the dog food. But maybe I just don't feed them. Just kidding. So, anyways, so that's what's going on. The crops, the buds have to get bigger. So we turn the lights out, and when we turn the lights out, they start to bud, and they're starting to bud pretty quickly. And what's tricky is we have to fortify the outside fencing, the shield, because the traffic, if there's not much, but there is some, it confuses the plant. Isn't that funny? It'll start leaning towards the road. So we got to put a couple lights, dim lights on the other side to straighten them back out. So, I mean, I'm telling you, you learn something new every day. And like when I lived out in Carmel and in Pebble Beach, and you have those cypress trees, those beautiful trees, and the redwoods and everything, and they're all leaning. Well, not the redwood so much, but the cypress, like the cypress tree that's the famous cypress tree that overlooks the ocean in North Pebble. Anyways, so they all lean to the sun. And it's really funny. They all lean one way, and they just grow tremendously in one direction. So that's pretty cool. And so we're getting our plants out of the ground. We got another 10,000 seeds coming in. We're going to get started on that right away. We got guys coming in, some farmers coming in. That's why I got to get the glamping tent set up, or we just stay in the hotel and we'll drive it. I mean, I've been living out of the hotels for 2.5 years. But the good thing is, like anybody who wants to get involved, we have an open door policy for the most part. Um, and you eat what you kill, though. We grow and we work, and when we harvest, you get a piece. But we don't pay salaries at this level right now. We pay our accountants and our CFO and our lawyers. But they don't know how to do anything else, so we have to. Just kidding, Joe. So we just we yeah we take a cut, and it's better that way because this isn't like something that may happen. It's something that's definitely going to happen. I mean, we have everything in place. It's idiot proof. And as one of my buyers said, I can't see how this won't work. Greg's got everything done. Everything is already done. And if we have success, we're already good to go to Wall Street. So, but we're not in a hurry to do anything because we're in control. We're organized. Organization. I get up every morning at 4 a.m. We work till 2, back and forth. We got to catch a little Netflix here and there, but for the most part, it's work, work, work. It's one task after the next. Whether it's going and buying boots, whether it's going and buying cots, seeds and dirt and fertilizer and pots. It's never ending, but it's okay. It's fun. It's something different. You get your hands dirty and you get going. So there we go. Um, Yep, that's about it for right now. But I think that we're really on the move here, and I can't wait till this harvest. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the door's always open there for questions. Anybody wants to get involved. We have a lot of folks that want to get. We live in the Caribbean. We live in the Caribbean islands, so that doesn't suck. I'm not one for living in the suburbs and doing the same thing every day and going the same. I like to fish for my dinner. We There's people that have chickens, and you can go get your eggs from the chickens and organic gardens all over the place. Amazing vegetables, it's the food basket for all the Caribbean. Puerto Rico is. Well, to a large extent, everybody, all the Caribbean islands barter and so forth and trade, and but it's pretty cool. They have a ship that goes from Puerto Rico, like a love boat thing, from Puerto Rico and the DR and back, and it goes to other islands. They have them set up. So you go to Nevis, you can go to St. Kitts, um, Nevis I love. It's a great place. I was there when they opened the Four Seasons. I think it was Nevis. Yeah, and at St. Bart's, we used to go when Jimmy Buffett would throw his famous New Year's Eve parties. Those were pretty wild, pretty fun. Sorry that old Jimmy passed away, But all in all, it's good. In our legislation, we kind of dodged a bullet recently. They were going to stop all hemp products um, that had any THC whatsoever, yank them. Well, it's impossible, next to impossible, to grow hemp without any THC. That's why Delta 9.3% is the number. However, the French, when you ship it, they're at 0.2% because they also know when it heats up, the THC level rises. So when they're shipping it, it will get exposed to some heat, possibly considering whatever the weather conditions are. And so, and there's a couple other countries that are at 2% because they want to play it safe. And yeah, that's about it, man. Okay, signing off there, kiddo. It's time to go